of you out there who are in fact looking for a job or in the job market, who are recruiters, all of you need to watch this video. Share it with your friends. Please, please, please watch this video. It is from a guy named Biggtugg, and he made this video about why you can't get a job on LinkedIn. The absolute nightmare. Here we go.
Jesus Christ, that looked like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3. So one of the only constants in the human experience is this. The only thing worse than job is no job. Being unemployed puts you in this weird desperation mode. All of a sudden you're panicking and checking job postings like it's a Twitter feed. You're digging through your closet to find a somewhat presentable outfit to wear on a Zoom call. And for weeks you spend your time visiting prison-lit office spaces or glitchy Zoom calls and talking to someone who has your entire future in their hands and they don't seem too visibly pleased with your existence. Every interview is like a first date, except it doesn't end with a chance of physical intimacy. It ends with the chance of you getting a job that you're eventually going to hate and you're eventually going to get fired from, and the cycle continues every year and a half. Getting a job sucks. Sucks wang. So let me break down.
Let me tell you a little quick story, okay? I went for a job interview, got to the second round, basically the final interview. They gave me a brief. This was for a big company in South Africa. I'm not going to get into who. I'm not going to mention names. They gave me a brief. I was supposed to do the brief. I did the brief. It was world-class work because I'm a professional and I've been doing this a long time. Did the brief, sent in the work. 2 weeks later, I'm at breakfast after I got ghosted by the company for a final round interview. Got ghosted by the company at breakfast, looking at the sports screens with the sports playing, and lo and behold, my advert is showing on the sporting screens. Just letting you know that that's one of the instances I've had on LinkedIn currently.
Exactly why the modern job market is a clown show, and also why my generation is absolutely screwed in finding any kind of, sustainable income. Because unlike LinkedIn recruiters, I'm going to tell you the cold hard facts. I'm not just going to lie to you and say you're perfect for a job through some automated message and then put you in a database of 3,000 people to pick from whenever they need to fill a position. I fucking hate recruiters. I used to be one. They suck. Being unemployed is no fun.
To all recruiters out there that are watching this video, please pay attention. I am not saying that any recruiters here in South Africa are bad. This is tuned to an American market, so it may be different.
Well, it kind of is. For a little bit, it's kind of fun. At first, you're just on like a mini vacation. You're playing video games. You don't have to listen to Slack notifications. You're eating cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But then the days begin to blend together. Your homies aren't around to play video games with you. You're just filling out applications in an endless loop of sadness, and you're eating cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but in a bad way, like you have no money kind of way. But if you are currently in the unemployment pickle, fear not, because you are definitely not alone. Over 6 million people are unemployed in the US right now. Thanks, insert current president at time of viewing. But the good news is there are currently 9.5 million jobs available. So I think I just solved unemployment. We'll just give those people those jobs. Just shuffle those people into those jobs like cozy little hermit crab. You'd think it would be that simple, but it turns out those unfilled positions, those positions all are bad. They all suck. All those jobs that are available, they all suck. I mean, I bet some of them don't suck, but those will soon be filled by, children or cousins of the person who works there already. Those jobs don't go to people like you and me. According to my research, fast food, warehouse, and retail jobs are projected to have the most openings in this decade and the next. And if you've ever worked on one of those positions, that shit sucks, am I right? If you've ever worked a service industry job, you know it's bad, and it's only getting worse over time. People are getting beat up, people are throwing hissy fits because there's no mayo on their burger. Just a tough time to be serving up smiles in the good old US of A. Maybe that's why 44...
I talked a lot about automation and AI, and it seems like this is what the powers that be want the human race to be. It's almost like the powers that be just want what they want: total and ultimate subjugation of the human race. And they just want to force people to do the worst jobs ever.
4.5 million people quit their jobs in 2023. Or maybe it's just because kids today don't want to work. Thanks a lot, current president. But once you're jobless, you gotta start the process of job searching, obviously. Now, at this point in the video, I want to harken back to the very first video I ever made in this format, which is the fact that college is a goddamn scam. A scam, sadly, that we are all pretty much forced to take part in. Currently, millions of jobs require you to have a college degree, even for jobs that the people who are in right now don't have college degrees for. I don't know if I explained that correctly, but it makes sense. For example, only a third of administrative assistants have bachelor degrees right now. But 75% of job postings require you to have one.
What?
So do you see the discrepancy? Do you see why things aren't correct? A college degree is pretty much a, hey, I am desperate and in a lot of debt coupon that a lot of corporations want to see so they can understand that you're malleable before you go into the position. According to LinkedIn, 60% of employers reject qualified candidates just because they don't have a college degree. This has led to a term that researchers have called degree inflation. Isn't that a fun one? That doesn't sound like the end of modern society. It's just one way employers weed out applications because according to LinkedIn, every job has at least 118 applications. And after that, only 20% of those applications are contacted by an interviewer. And because of those tough statistics, on average, you have to apply for 200 jobs before landing one. Which one is insane, and two, it's a huge fuck you to all the boomer dads who tell you, well, did you go in there? You shook his hand? Did you make eye contact? Bring your application in person. Yeah, that might have worked back in 1987, Pops, but nowadays you need at least 80K worth of debt strapped to your back and 4 years of experience for an entry-level position just to get a Zoom call. But how does one get to the interview stage of the job hunt? Well, wouldn't you like to know? But I'm doing an ad now. I'm doing an ad because I also have to eat food, and this is my job. So, you know, here we go. Looking to distract yourself. Technology.
It's nuts, man. I like I say, I have gone off on my own, and it's a terrifying but hopeful phase of my life. And I can tell you now, in the first 2 months, some time back, I went through this process, and I'm not joking. It was hundreds of applications, hundreds and hundreds, and I can't tell you how many times I got called, emailed for first, second, third round interviews, and then got completely ghosted by the companies. You get filed into a queue of hundreds, if not thousands, of people. And if you don't fit the bill, or if you don't have the right keywords, or your CV doesn't have the right pop words, sorry, buddy, it ain't working.
Keeps advancing. You know how that train keeps trucking, even though experts warn that we should probably slow down a little bit. You'd think with all this godforsaken technology, things would be getting a little bit easier for the common man. Slow down a little bit.
Leading experts warn of risks of extinction from AI. Experts warn Congress dangers of AI poses to journalism. How many times do I have to say this? I mean, how many times? I just made an Elon Musk video about his new robot Optimus, and it is frightening, and no one seems to give a shit.
Wrong, actually, you clown. Did you say right? Did you actually? How did you not see that obvious sarcastic bit playing out? Leave the video. I'm not kidding. If you said you're an idiot, get out of here. One of the worst parts about being unemployed is the amount of time you have to spend on the demon portal that is known as LinkedIn. If you don't know, and God do I envy anybody in that camp, LinkedIn is a place that combines job postings with social media of the world's largest corporate circle jerk. If you work in HR or upper management, or you just really love polo shirts and false enthusiasm, then LinkedIn is for you. You should check it out. And unfortunately, this mix of toxic positivity, corporate ethos, and fleece, vests is a very important part of getting a job nowadays. So let's just break down some of LinkedIn statistics and prove to everybody that this shit sucks so bad. So LinkedIn...
Are you about to have your mind blown, people? Because this shit is terrifying.
Is one of the largest job posting boards in the world, with over 59 million companies having LinkedIn pages. A number that makes you think, 59 million companies? That's a lot of branches off of the main 10 ones. That's like if everybody in Italy started their own company. That's a lot of spicy meatballs. So according to my hot and reliable sources, every minute 6 people get hired by using LinkedIn. Which sounds fantastic, that sounds like terrific turnaround, until you realize that every second 140 applications are sent in. So every minute there are 6 people getting a job, and every second there are 140 people looking for a job. That not good math. I'm not a mathematician. That doesn't look like it's working out too good. So if you're trying to get a job on LinkedIn, not only do you have to fight against every other person on the planet for every job, and you have to wade through all the terrible job listings, you also have to wade through the people who post on LinkedIn, not jobs, like they post posts. They're all insane. Everyone who posts like actual things on LinkedIn, they're all crazy people. For some reason, linked influencers, which is a real term, are people who just post the most bootlicking, insane shit I have ever seen in my entire life. Let's just look at some of the ones I was able to pull. Let's see what we got. We have Nicole, who is a multi-industry transformation leader with an international work. You can tell these people all suck because their jobs mean nothing. The titles they give themselves. This morning at my local coffee shop, the owner said to me, "Your HR people sit around, do nothing, and earn the big bucks." No one said that to you. Who the would say that to you? Without thinking, I blurted out, "We carry the emotional labor of our organizations. What value would you put on that?" Silence. Winky. Oh my God. Shut the up. What would you have said? Hashtag human resources, hashtag HR community. No one cares about HR people. You guys suck. No one has ever left an HR meeting and thought, man, those guys should be getting paid more for that bullshit work that they're doing.
Listen 1 second. I have to stop here because This guy is solely talking about America, okay? And in America, you can just hire and fire people at whim. All right. In South Africa, it's very different. We have very strict labor laws that protect employees. All right. HR people here are very different to HR people in America. Let's just be very, very clear here. There are very dedicated people here that are very strict with labor law policies and protecting the employer and making sure that employees here in South Africa are looked after, their mental health is good, they have job security. I just need to put that out there. All right.
I just don't get why you'd make up a story like that. Actually, I do. Getting clicks is addicting. That's how I made my whole career. But also, no one's believing that shit. And if they do, they're stupid. Jay, whose job title is I help law firms optimize their PR and marketing and whatever, it's all bullshit. Abraham Lincoln was a thought leader and content creator. What? And if he was alive today, I bet he'd be actively sharing his ideas.
Abraham Lincoln was a content creator? What? No, Jay. I help law firms optimize their PR.
Social media, not only as means of pursuing political office, but also to build his legal practice. Sure, I guess. Why are you picking on Abraham Lincoln like that? Like, you're just spouting nonsense, dude. You could have said Gandhi would have been a social media person. Why'd you pick Abraham Lincoln? Then we have Peter, who is a proven SEO specialist, boosting revenue for online. See, like, none of these titles can fit in the title, because you're blabbering. What happened to boss? You know? What happened to the boss of something? Why do you have to have this whole title? I have a secret. Do you pee? Most people are not even aware that this is a real thing. Since 2015, I've struggled with peeing in a public What? What, dude? I've missed weddings, held my pee up to 10 hours, social events, and going out in general because I was too afraid.
Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this on a fucking post? I don't understand.
Peeing in front of somebody?
Holy shit.
I'm trying to get at that you need to expose yourself to the fears and go outside your comfort zone for success. Do not expose yourself. And the way he is exposing himself, that's against the law. And this man is a influencer, and he's saying this stuff, and people are eating it up. So good luck looking for a job while you're looking at that stuff. Because how does anyone pay attention? How does anyone get any work done when they're on LinkedIn? Because people are just saying insane things all the time.
I'm missing
here. I'm talking about the bullshit job listings. And my God, there are a lot of bullshit job listings.
Holy shit.
First of all, we got the scammers. That is a huge problem.
Holy shit, the bullshit job listings. Dude, it is rough, bro. It is rough on that shit. You have no idea the amount of fake companies I have seen. Holy shit.
Problem on LinkedIn. In 2021, 32 million fake accounts were identified on LinkedIn. And I would understand if that fact came out of like Twitter, like Russian, troll bots are just,
you know what I mean?
Just trying to destabilize the human experience. But LinkedIn bots are way more malicious. Fake LinkedIn accounts are trying to get your personal info and money as fast as possible. During the pandemic, when a lot of people my age lost their jobs, a lot of my friends and me included all kind of almost got scammed by these people. And if you think about it, it is shockingly easy to get a lot of personal information out of somebody if you just pretend you have a job for them. Think about any online job you've ever applied for. If they reach back out to you and ask you for your social security number and your birth date, you're just going to give that to them. Because why would Staples lie to me? What are they going to use my personal information for? To buy paper? Yeah, it's a real company, or just some dude in Turkey who's trying to take out a boat loan in my name? So remember when I said you had to put up 200 resumes to get a job? Well, good luck not letting one of those be a scammer, because that's a big net to cast. But let's say you're dealing with a for sure real company that has a real job posting. Lucky you. Well, good luck figuring out how to get that job, because the things they are asking people to do nowadays are insane.
Exactly.
When I wrote the script, I typed an entry position on LinkedIn and I pulled up the first one. And this is just a grab in the bag. Look how crazy this is. This is for a digital content specialist, because that's the closest thing I could say besides internet clown that would
oh my god, dude.
It pays $15 to $20 an hour, which is not great. It's on site, not remote at all.
Oh my god, bro.
So
let me tell you something.
They're doing that so they don't have to pay you insurance. So that's good. That's like 90% of the reason why you get a real job. So $15 to $20 an hour, depending on how much they like you. Here are all the things you have to do. And let me remind you, this is an entry-level position. Entry-level. Administer in-house creative needs for the digital marketing team, supporting over 40 frontline artists. You are in charge of 40 people. Create animated assets for social media banners, online graphics, advertising assets, Spotify canvases, visualizers, kinetic lyric. Holy shit. Edit and deliver short form and medium form videos of social media and streaming platforms. Editing various behind-the-scenes content. Create video compilations and artist highlight reels for internal and external presentations. Manage quality control and ingestion of video content from external creatives. When needed, work directly with freelance creatives and manage. This is fucking crazy. So those are just the responsibilities. Now, here are what they need from you before they even start talking to to you. Possess strong attention to detail, whatever, that's just the shit they say on everyone. Extensive knowledge of the Adobe Creative Cloud, so that's like 3 years of knowledge you have to have going into this. Utilize Outlook, Monday, Sony CI, and proprietary asset systems to manage project scheduling and archival. So if you know everything about Adobe, that's not good enough. We need you to know all this shit too. Ability to work with both Mac and PC. I'm out. I can't use Macs for the life of me. Big PC guy. Consistent willingness to go above and beyond for project deliverables.
Bro, I once did a job application for an American-based company. The funny thing is, the American-based company was more interactive with me than the South African recruiters. Okay, this isn't the same thing as what I'm saying about HR people being awesome in South Africa. They are awesome, but the recruitment side of things on LinkedIn is what I'm talking about. I had an interview. I had a full interview like schedule with this American-based company, bro. I sent. I had to complete a 30-minute psychometric assessment. I then had to send a video brief of myself, which was 30 seconds, or a minute or more, to tell them about myself. I then had to list all my credentials with all my like degree stuff, all of that. I had to send that all to them. Then I had to fill out another questionnaire, which was work culture fit, okay, which was another 30 minutes of about 50 questions each. Then I only got to the first interview, right? And then they shortlisted me. Then the second interview comes. I had to do all of that shit again, but in a shorter format and more specific to the job that I wanted. It was like a 2-month process, bro. And at the end of it, they picked someone from their own country. What the
And red flag, huge red flag. That's just saying we're gonna constantly ask you to work way more than we're paying you. Mind you, this is only $20 an hour. Alexa, how much is $20 an hour for a yearly salary?
41,000.
Okay, cool, we back.
That is
almost
so
done.
little. 41,000 do all this? That's fucking crazy. I mean, it's not little. But let's say you put your head in the sand and ignore all those red flags I just told to you. Well, congratulations, you got your first interview. But sadly, once again, interviews are not what your dad thinks they are anymore. Interviews are no longer about how firm your handshake is or how presentable you are during the interview. Well, it is 20% that. You can't just like puke on your clip-on tie and then just pretend like nothing happened. The other 80% is jumping through thousands of pointless hoops to let your future employer know that you have zero self-respect and are easily manipulated. I mean, speaking from experience and my friend's experience, nowadays, every time you do an interview, you have to do homework. They give you homework like you're a third grader. The industry calls these ridiculous job interview assignments, but I like to call them huge fucking wastes of time. Personality tests, problem-solving quizzes, filling out questionnaires that they would know the answers to if they just read the resume that you required me to give you. It's gone to the point where Indeed, a website that helps you get a job, has an entire article dedicated to JIA. Just like the do's and don'ts of how to actually do it and, you know, how to look like a real go-getter when you're doing these things. And one of the points they make is to calculate the return of investment, the ROI on the work you're doing, because they know it's bullshit. They know, like, hey, if they're giving you too much, know to walk away because you can't spend all your time on one job. While the hiring manager wants to find the right person for the position, it's important the project isn't too time-consuming. Most job interview assignments should only require a few hours to complete.
LinkedIn is a scam. LinkedIn is a scam. Most websites are a scam. LinkedIn is built for people recruiting, not for people looking for jobs. I can tell you this from experience, okay? Picky on that shit. When you are searching for something on LinkedIn or any of the recruitment websites, triple check shit. Don't just apply for jobs willy-nilly, okay? You are giving out massive amounts of your own information. Make sure you vet the companies you are applying for jobs for. Okay, go and do the research. Don't just find a company, see if they have an opening. If you get 50 requests for jobs, make sure you look at the company on LinkedIn. Look at their LinkedIn profile. See if they are posting. Is it a proper company? Are they actually real? You know what I'm saying? LinkedIn is a scam, and that's the bottom line.